You had said that you'd like to talk about your daughter's death. Tell me what you feel the most important thing is to address currently.
I honestly don't know, as I've, never been to an office or clinic like this. This is just like, in my family, we don't do this. We're just supposed to get over it. And, uh, you know, there's not a lot of trust involved for like mental health people. Some days I just feel like I'm not me, kind of like a different person. I want to stay in bed a lot and I have to force myself to eat. I literally just like have no idea what's going on with me. I wish I could just snap out of it. My friends and family just wish I could snap out of it. So I don't know. I don't really understand much. So maybe I just need to be like doped up on some pills to help me feel better.
Okay, so I get a sense that you're currently feeling down and sometimes possibly empty inside. Um, but at the same time, I sense that you can move into a better state.
A better state? I'm shocked that I'm even thinking about this positively. Well, it's just that I never thought anything like this would ever happen to me.
Okay, so maybe something that's kind of confusing about this aspect is that um, you aren't too sure exactly what's going on with you, why you're doing what you're doing. Um, but it seems like you're thinking more positively about yourself.
Well, this is hard for me because I've never opened up to anybody before. So just bear with me. Um, I started noticing a change in July of 2015 when I found out that one of my daughters had passed away in this gruesome death in a jail cell in Texas. It's just very painful because we didn't always have the best relationship, but I really loved her, and she was my child. So, it's really affected me.
Okay, so you deeply cared about her. Can you tell me a little bit more about her?
She was the light of my life. We had a somewhat tumultuous relationship, but it improved over the last, couple years. And, it's just something that I never thought I would lose one of my children.
Okay. Is this, after your daughter's death, is this when you kind of started noticing some changes in yourself?
Yes, it's just very unusual things happening. Like, usually I'm a very social person. But the biggest change I noticed right off was that I was sleeping anywhere between 14 and 16 hours a day.
Okay, so oversleeping typically isn't usual for you. And, with oversleeping, you don't really have energy to do anything. Um, did you do any methods to try to limit your sleep?
Yes, I tried to set alarms. I tried to, do some things to help improve it, but I just really don't have the energy to even put forth to try to fix that problem. So I just noticed I was sleeping all the time and I didn't want to eat. And, I generally am really good about eating. I try to eat 3 balanced meals a day, but there was just nothing I could do to eat. I didn't have an appetite and I even lost 25 pounds.
Okay, and that's a significant weight decrease. With the sleeping, you mentioned you had set some alarms and everything. Have you tried to? Did you ever try to keep a sleep activity record?
No, I never heard of that. I don't know what that is.
Okay, and maybe that's something we could look at in future sessions. But I just wanted to ask you that question. And I appreciate you, being real truthful with everything here. So, I mean, nothing like this has ever happened to you before.
No. I mean, of course, I've been sad before. Like, things have happened in my life that made me sad, but not to this degree. My family was starting to get like extremely worried about me, which is the reason I came in, and maybe they're right that something isn't going so well for me.
Okay, so what you're going through is rather hard for you and your family. It seems like your family's standing next to your side throughout all this.
Yeah, I mean, there are times when I get so sad, I just start crying in front of my family.
Okay, um, you know, how often do you typically cry in front of your family?
It's awful. I just, it'll come out of nowhere, and, it varies. Initially, the crying was, 1 to 2 times a week. But it's gotten worse. And now sometimes I cry up to 5 times a week, and it's not just in front of family. I can be out in a line somewhere, at the store, something like that. And I'll just start crying all of a sudden, and there doesn't really seem to be a trigger.
Okay, and so before your daughter's death, did you experience any type of crying beforehand, Dad, or has it been ever since your daughter's death?
I cried before her death, but not like this, not this uncontrolled, I don't even know where it's coming from crying, just this overwhelming sadness that I feel all the time.
Okay, and, with your family going through it with you and your friends, so you kind of want them to feel what you're experiencing, the pain that you're experiencing.
I hadn't really thought of it that way before. I don't know. I just know that this isn't me. And, part of me feels ashamed even like sharing all of this with you because you're a stranger.
Well, and these feelings are pretty darn strong. And this situation has definitely been painful for you. Your courage to say it out loud is important to you.
I'm just having a really hard time focusing on my life right now. Like,
Okay.
There's so much going on. This has been a media storm around my daughter's death. I didn't want all this attention, and there's just like a lot that has occurred, and it makes it so hard to focus on my life.
Okay, but even though that everything that you're going through, it currently scares you, you kind of understand what's going on with you.
Yeah. I've been getting easily discouraged. I was just so happy before my daughter passed away, and I just have this feeling like that I just want my life back, from before my daughter, all this stuff happened.
And with you saying that you want your life back, I can sense some positive energy there. I would like for you to say out loud, I want my life back. I just want my life back.
I just want my life back. I just want it back, and
okay.
I hadn't thought that sounds positive. I hadn't considered that maybe in all this negativity that there's some positive feelings underneath it.
Yeah, and there's definitely is. You saying out loud that I want my life back. You're able to express your emotions. If you could, say it one more time with me, but say it louder. I just want my life back.
I just want my life back. I just want my life back.
Okay, so everything that you have told me so far are some strong feelings, and the actions you have done to try to help those feelings get out of your body.
Yes. And, I don't know. This is just so hard for me. Like, I want to get those things out of my body.
Okay. But by being here, that means that you have thought things through because it has been hard for you. I am certain that you can work through this. This has definitely been a brave first step for you.
Thank you for listening to me. I feel so much better just by being able to talk about my situation with somebody.
Okay, so let's plan another meeting for next week if that's okay with you.
That's great for me. I'll see you then. Thank you so much.
All right. Bye-bye.